up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this video I was going to answer a question from Young Thrax. I'm trying to remember off the name. He's a cook. He works at Chili's, and I think if I remember correctly, he just was looking for an out. Maybe start at a better restaurant. He wants to better his skills. But instead of answering his question, I'm going to answer his question. I'm going to answer your question, dude. But it made me realize that is, without question, the number one most asked question I get on YouTube and also on Instagram. And that is, people want to know what I think about corporate kitchens, and people want to get out of corporate kitchens or fast food. You know, everyone wants to get into like a real restaurant. So let me give you, first off, let me say, I've never worked at a corporate kitchen. I've never worked at a Chevy's. I've never worked at a Chili's. I've never worked at a Hyatt or a Holiday Inn. I don't know how those places work. I've worked in 3 hotels, and each one, they're not corporate, but they were it had a system. It wasn't just, it had a system. And from my experience, these kitchens, it's like a well-oiled machine. They're out to pump food. Most of the food it's simple, but it's complex enough that the people going might feel special, or like, ooh, I'm taking someone out on a date. Oh, let's go have a nice meal at the restaurant or at the lounge from the hotel we're staying in. So it could be, nice food, nothing crazy. But as a chef that worked at a hotel told me, he needs to make dishes that are easy enough that he could easily show anybody. Which is really funny because I had never worked saute before that hotel, and I was a pantry cook, but he was training me to do pantry, saute, grill, and plancha at the same time. Like whenever a guy would go on break, I was expected to know the whole line, and I wasn't trained, and it was very apparent. Because every time I would get a chicken, like a half chicken order, it was like a lemon chicken with like a sauce, lemon sauce. But I think I sent out 5 of those, and every single time they'd come out raw or burnt because no one taught me how to properly cook the chicken. It's like a well-oiled machine. Okay, these kitchens, it's just, they know what they have. They have a system. One of them was more fine dining. So even in the way that it's fine dining, they have their system down. They have their farm. They have, nothing goes to waste. It's really cool, farm to table. I really enjoyed that restaurant for what it was. But again, it lacked, I guess you could say some of these places just lack soul. But it's really the cooks that make the place. It's really it's the staff, really. I don't want to not say that front of house doesn't have a say in things, but from 2 of the 3, one of them was like an establishment. Was like, this is where people would go on their prom. They'd go out to this restaurant, very nice. It was a steakhouse, and that place, it felt very like everyone was friends, everyone was family. People had been working there for 13 years. You're there with the new people, but again, it was like menu items weren't extravagant. There was no quality control. Like food just came out as it did. If you put out a Caesar salad, if a cook put out, one dish from his station, any station, pick any station, and then you see the PM cook, it's like sometimes it's completely different plating. No one's communicating. That's what I notice a lot. No one checks in. You're kind of left on your own, and there's a kind of like a lack of creativity because everything's been planned out, and no staff meal. That was another one. These places didn't have staff meal, If someone wanted to eat something, there was a pre-selected, like there's an employee menu that you got to pick from. Fish and chips, a cheeseburger, just shit like that. And it was always just like frozen shit. Like, so if you wanted a cheeseburger, it was a frozen patty and I had to like cook it on the plancha. Like, it's gross shit, dude. Like, who wants that, you know? A Caesar salad wrap. Like, I don't know. I don't like that. Like, I want to make... If you've watched my videos, you know how I feel about family meal. It's not something I take lightly. I don't take family meal lightly. So no, I've never worked corporate kitchen, but when I think of corporate, I think of those 3 hotels that I worked at, and each one, yeah, that's essentially it. It's kind of like a sterile environment, but it's really the staff that makes it what it is. So if you're in a corporate kitchen and it just sucks, then maybe it just sucks. But I would like to think that there's corporate kitchens out there that have amazing staff, and you know what? They have fun, they have a good time, they're close. Yeah, good shit. Okay, so that aside, I want you guys to understand that we're all in the food industry. It doesn't matter whether you work at Taco Bell, if you work at Chili's, at Chevy's, Burger King, Jack in the Box, I don't care. In-N-Out, you know, Five Guys. We're all food. Even if you're the fucking Subway at the gas station, it's still food. Like, it might not be the most exciting food. It might be just like, dude, you're not cooking, you're frying all day. Well, guess what? Then at the very least, you're a fry cook. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I don't know why fry cooks get so much shit, because some good food comes out of fry station, especially where I'm working at. Here's what I want you guys to understand. This is what all cooking has in common. Okay, we're all in the industry together, okay? Let's get that aside. All cooking is just steps. That's it. It's just steps. Okay? So the short answer is yes. Just because you work at a fast food joint, at a corporate place, you know, at these cookie cutter restaurants, yes, 100%, you could definitely make that transfer over to a regular restaurant. Because, again, I say it again, I'm going to say it a million times. The best kitchens will help you. All you need to bring is the fucking want, the desire to be better than today. If today you had, look, if you're watching this and you work in one of these type of kitchens that you don't think are like real, if you had a great service tonight, if you can like, man, today was a good night, but tomorrow you're like trying to like up it, trying to be better, maybe trying to learn, that's all we're looking for. You know, it's a two-way street. You know, a kitchen where you go in and just, you know, oh, you don't know how to do this, you don't know how to do that, and it's automatically just focusing on the things you don't know, fucking run the other way. Because that kitchen is always going to fucking focus on the things that you don't know, that you can't do, and then possibly won't even bother to show you how to do it. It's so fucking stupid. So, you can. And now is such a fucking great time. If you are somewhere that you're not happy with, if you're like in a fast food joint, dude, now is the time. So, short answer, yes, anyone can make it in. If you just have the desire to learn, if your mentality is, I am a student of the craft, you know, like you never, like, I don't care if I become sous chef, for as long as I live, as long as I am in the fucking industry, I am always going to be a student. Cooking is just steps. That's all it is. It doesn't matter what kitchen you go to, how high you go, it's just going to be steps. Give you, for example, if someone were to fire mac and cheese at my restaurant, great. You grab the saute pan, pour mac base onto the saute pan with a ladle, grab a handful of cheese curds, grab a cup of pasta, season it, put it on the fire, cook it, wait till the cheese curds break and release that nice cheesy stringiness about them, pour onto your bowl, and then garnish with kale chips. Done. Now, did that sound too complicated for you? Do you think I could teach you how to do that in person. Yeah? Okay. Now, do you think you could do that 20 times? Yes? Perfect. Maybe you're thinking that's a little too easy. Okay, you want another dish that we have? Check it out. We have our ribs. Okay, so someone says fire ribs. Okay, grab the saute pan. You put 4 ribs in the saute pan. You grab maybe like 2 big spoonfuls of garlic butter. Put it in the oven. Wait a few minutes, maybe like 3 minutes. Wait till the butter's completely melted. Almost browning, not quite. Take it out of the oven. And then you're gonna splash it with the miso sauce. It's like a mustard miso sauce. It's very aromatic. You put it on a plate, drizzle some of that sauce on, and then you're gonna take a spoonful of mustard seeds, and then you're gonna garnish it with that and some scallion threads. Now, was that too hard for you? I don't think it is. I think, and if you think that's hard, I can definitely teach you. I could teach you. I can take the time. Again, you don't know how we do things. Why would I ever expect you to move like us, to think like us, to work like us if you've never set foot in our kitchen? Cooking in any kitchen is just steps. Right now, the moment is that there's a shortage of work out there. Restaurants need people. Start thinking of the places near you. Thinking of places that you would be able to go to, commute to, etc., and start thinking, I would like to work there. That seems cool. That seems cool. That seems cool. That doesn't seem cool. And start looking at their menu. You can look at their menu and just start getting an idea. Start thinking like that, You can look at menus and you can kind of start figuring out, just see what you know, see what you don't know, look up what you don't know, educate yourself a little bit. That's you doing your due diligence. And then from there, you can look. Usually every restaurant's website will have a contact site. And just be like, hey, I was just wondering if you guys are looking for any cooks or a prep cook. I am currently working at blah, 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 blah. And you know what? Let me back something up right now. This video is not going to be, none of this is going to be chronological. I can tell. One of the greatest strengths that you guys have working in corporate kitchens is you guys are very comfortable working in maybe sometimes not very appealing environments. I can't tell you how many times you get cooks from formally educated cooks, and they can't do basic shit. Like, they don't know how to work. Like, they got everything up here, but the work, it's like they have the brain but not the brawn. I came with zero experience. So for me, everything was like, I have to prove myself. So I was always a yes person. So I have the brawn. If you're working in a corporate kitchen, you have that brawn. You know what it's like to run through, when the bars get out and now it's the drive-through and you guys are just getting slammed. You guys know what it's like. You guys are doing front of house shit. You think I want to fucking talk to a customer and listen to them give me an order while they mod everything, and just so at the end I'm thinking to myself, why the fuck did you even go out to eat today? So I bring these strengths up so that way you can better sell yourself. And it doesn't take much. All you need is a fucking willingness to learn. You could be like, I have no experience. I'm an accountant. I work for H&R Block. And then I work for Walmart the rest of the year. Well, you're probably going to get started as a dish pit. But again, if you want to be in the food industry, the dishwasher is part of the food industry. You're in. Now, all you got to do is just wash enough dishes, learn where everything goes, and then before I know it, hey, what's your name? Can you come here? Do you mind cutting some of these onions? Do you know how to use a knife? Here, I'll show you how to use a knife. And bam, guess what? Now you're prepping. And then once you prep, maybe you're not doing dishes anymore. Now you're just a prep cook. Guess what? Now you have cook in the title. And then one day that becomes, dude, we need hands on line. Do you think you can handle that? How would you feel about working that station because so-and-so's quitting? Yeah? Great. Guess what? It may have taken you 6 months, may have taken you a while, but again, those that want to move up are going to move up. If you're in a place that you're not happy with, if you're like in a corporate environment at a Chevy's, a Chili's, a Taco Bell, a Burger King, if you want to move up, I think the only thing holding you back is that self-confidence, is maybe not having enough confidence in yourself, not knowing if you should even bother because maybe you feel you don't belong. But I'm telling you, with 7 years experience, working at one of the best restaurants in my area, easily, barely affected by COVID. Like straight up, we were busy straight through the whole thing. I'm gonna tell you, if you showed a desire to be better, if you showed a desire to learn, if you had your ego in check, if you're just like, I'm here to learn and work, I'll fucking make you into a fucking line cook rock star. No fucking question. And that's partially why I do a lot of these like line cook tips and tricks. It's because there's people out there that all they need is, that little bit of confidence, and then they get that little bit of confidence, but then it's like, okay, now what? Well, little tips on how to be a better cook, little tips that'll help you kind of sort of think like a cook and sort of not stick out like a sore thumb. So I guess that's what I have to say about corporate kitchens and fast food establishments. You can do it. You absolutely can do it. And I'm gonna say that this is not gonna be the last time I make a video discussing this. I'm gonna make as many videos as I need to make, because maybe someone won't watch this video, but they'll watch the next video. Maybe they won't watch that video. Maybe they'll watch one much later down the road, about this exact same subject. Maybe you're watching this and maybe it doesn't click right now. Maybe you're just like, whatever, dude, this guy, no, I still don't feel like it. Okay, cool. But maybe it helped you out just a little bit. Maybe the next video down the road about, this kind of stuff about corporate kitchens and fast food, maybe I'll say it in a different way. Maybe I'll talk about things in a different sort of manner, different combination of words. And guess what? Confidence goes up a little more. Maybe it's 5 videos into the future, and then finally the 5th one is the one where you're like, okay, I'm ready to fucking do this. I hope this video helped. This is not gonna be the last time you're gonna hear this subject brought up. Again, if you don't want to hear it later down the road, you don't have to. You don't have to click and watch. But I hope that it helps. I hope that it gives you some of that inner courage to go and pursue a better future for yourself. You're already in the food industry, man. Let's, come with me and start climbing. I'm not at the top. I'm a little further than you, but this is not a race. I want you to come, I'll show you how to fucking do it. You got this, man. You got this. Anyway, I appreciate your questions. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate everything, man. You guys make this channel possible. I'm just here to answer your questions and maybe give a little bit of knowledge and hopefully give you guys a better, smoother experience on the line. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great service, chefs. Bye.